Good morning, friends and neighbors. Welcome back to the Hapeville channel. I got a treat today.
Hi, everybody.
Hubby is walking with me. Slow down. He's got a knee injury, so this is his first walk in days. We're walking from home, and good morning, Dawn. And we're at the corner of our street, Walnut Street, North Fulton, and this house just went up for sale. Our friend Rebecca moved out of 516, and it's sitting there. I think it's under contract. It went under contract immediately, didn't it?
Our friend Lorelei is the real estate agent on it. She did a great job.
She did.
Getting it staged, and I think there was an open house on the 15th, and it went under contract maybe even the same day, because that under contract sign and we knew that.
We knew it was going to go under contract real quick. So this is
spot.
516. This is the corner of Walnut and North Fulton here. Y'all who've lived here will know the little back house behind this one on North Fulton. This was an empty lot since the beginning of the town in 1891. That was never developed, and now it is. And then down our street.
Yeah, it's so funny. Since we moved here on our street, they've added 3 new homes.
They have. There's a lot down at the other end of the street too. New infill. But we're walking. We are walking
Up to Central.
Up to downtown Hapeville, which I love doing because I always think about back in the day. You know, even before, you know, some of you follow, you're in your 60s or your 70s. Well, maybe in your time, it was still a walking town where people would walk downtown, but automobiles were a deal by then, so you most likely took your car. But anyway, I always think about early Hapeville and how they'd walk down to go to the store or to Chapman Drugs or whatever. You just walk.
Yeah, we definitely love living in a walkable city.
Yeah. But in this day and age, most people don't walk downtown. They still drive their cars. But we're walking downtown because, good morning, Kelly. We are walking downtown. We're crossing North Avenue right now. And Stewart Avenue, Dogwood is that way. North Avenue that way. We're walking downtown because a local couple that we adore, Tim and Al, they have a store
Which I'm sure they're all aware of.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You tell them about it.
2000 AD.
Yeah.
Which we just recently realized that AD stood for Al Dillinger.
The owner.
The owner.
Hi, Julie. Good morning, Julie. Melissa. Hi, Melissa.
So we're walking down to 2000 AD because it is New Year. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody.
And I am hoping that they're open because I want to add some fresh flowers into the house for tonight, for today.
That's a nice thing that Douglas loves doing. Here's this apartment complex at 3214. When I first moved here a couple of years ago, there was a huge tree right here. And the tree, this was my first experience with it. Now, of course, I realized that in Hapeville, in Georgia, big trees falling is like a daily occurrence. But Happy New Year, Lily. Happy New Year, Melissa. Good morning, Kimmy. Good morning, Julie. So this big tree fell across the road over here, and it hit those stairs, knocked the stairs out, just missed their building. But I was walking.
Huge.
It was huge. I was walking back from the depot, coming to the depot train station because I was volunteering there. I was coming down this road. So I'm walking up and I see these a helicopter up there with a news camera pointing down. And I'm like, what's going on? And I come up the hill of North Fulton, come here, and there's a news truck here. There's this helicopter. There's a woman in a snappy suit, you know, with her microphone for the news, and she was talking about the tree falling. And so when she was on a break, we were about right here, and I said to her, are you serious, y'all? It must be a slow news day. I'm like, how is this news? And she says, oh, it made a loud noise. But that's when I first got here, and seeing that made me laugh because I came home and I told Douglas, because we had moved here from Manhattan, you know, and when shit falls down in Manhattan, it's news.
No one even bats an eye.
No one bats an eye. But a tree falls here and it's like Hapeville's 9/11. It made me laugh. Anyway,
Side note.
Happy New Year.
Side note, did you remember your wallet?
Yes, I have my wallet.
Oh, thank goodness.
So I love this house. I've never seen the human being that lives there. And I've mentioned this before. I've lived here 4 years, and that ceiling fan has never stopped spinning.
It really hasn't.
Nope, it's on constantly. Julie said the tree falling was on the news. I know, it's crazy.
Is that Julie, a neighbor Julie?
Yep.
Oh,
But I don't think they're home, Julie. I don't think you guys are
I've seen
home.
Clay.
Aren't you in Alabama?
I've seen
Is Clay
Clay.
home?
But Julie must be in Alabama.
This house is still for sale. It went up for under contract, and now it's not again.
Yeah.
Adorable little house. So anyway, we're walking down to 2000 AD, and we thought that you guys might enjoy seeing downtown, and maybe I'll even show you Al's shop on the inside. It's so pretty, you guys.
It's beautiful.
It's so hoity-toity for Hapeville, but I love it.
It's exactly what we need.
It's exactly what we need. That's right.
No, it's gorgeous. And then next door is a brand new store that we enjoy going to called the Honey Pot.
Yes.
And I'm hoping they're open.
Oh, we need
because-
incense.
Do we?
Yes, we're out of my stick incense that I
patchouli?
like.
Okay.
Side note, this complex used to be called Kitty Hawk.
Oh, like
Isn't
the
that cool?
airplane,
Like
or
the
the
air- yeah,
or
it
the,
had an airport theme.
or Kitty
The Wright
Hawk.
brothers.
The Wright brothers.
Isn't that where they flew their
Kitty
plane?
Hawk, North Carolina? Is that a city, a place, the plane?
It's a drag queen.
It totally.
Wouldn't
is.
that be a great drag
Oh my
name,
God,
ladies
she-
and gentlemen?
she-
Coming to the stage, it's Kitty Hawk.
She would have.
It's gotta be.
It's
done.
gotta be. Well, no, because drag is so like for young kids nowadays.
It is. Drag is for young kids.
And like, I don't know, my age group would maybe think that was hilarious.
Yep.
Do these kids even learn about the Wright brothers anymore? in
I don't
school?
know that they learn about the Wright brothers.
Kitty Hawk. She'd have to come out and do like an Amelia Earhart number or something.
Right. So here we are going down the hill at North Fulton. I love this row of houses. That one is gone. Then there's this one. They were all built at the same time right along this hill. And then this one, there's always
I love this.
cats in the front yard.
Okay, so that
Cats, and it's overgrown.
but that white cat, he gets around,
Look at him.
and I'm pretty sure that he's. Well, I say he, but that is one of the parents of Scout.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Good morning, Joy is here. Nita is here. Julie says, look at Kitty. Julie says Clay is there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I
That's
heard him-
good. We were thinking about the other night. We had thunderstorms overnight. You know me, Julie. I was like, oh my God, we're going to have to run over to their basement.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, Darlene.
You get a lot of people watching you walk.
Yep. This is the average, about 13 people.
That's nice.
And it always blows my mind. I'm like, but it's people who used to live here, and so they enjoy it. I love the apartments back there.
I love that about Hapeville. Very quickly, we learned that Hapeville has a magic to it. It has a pull, it has a draw to people who've lived here. And it seems like it shouldn't, because Lord knows, the planes, the trains, the two highways, it's tiny, things, but it really is a magical kind of neighborhood. And I can understand people wanting to see what it looks like, how it's developed, how it's moved forward, because the people who live here now and who have lived here do want great things for this city.
That's right.
And that's lovely. It's lovely that there's that energy out there of people who, move somewhere else, but they still want Hapeville to thrive.
Yes. We're at this intersection. There's 3289. Look at the big doggy in the front yard. Joy says, we've missed you guys. We've kind of fell off the radar for a while with stuff going on. Yeah, Joy, I understand. No judgment here.
None.
Julie says hello to Jack. We're at the intersection at the bottom of the hill. Of course, Hapeville High School was right up there. I just imagine all the kids walking down back in the day, and there being someone here to work the intersection to keep kids safe. And then the school was there, the elementary school, Joe Wells. And now we're walking up the hill.
Have you ever tripped while you're doing these videos?
Not yet.
Okay. Now.
Just joking.
Because you're not looking down.
No. Okay, so y'all know this little house right here, and then this, there was one just like it here, but it was broken down, but they tore it down and built this place. It's got a huge backyard,
Beautiful backyard.
and it seems that
They're updating.
well, they have one of these. This is called Park Avenue, you guys. There's no sign, but it's
The
called
blue
Park
one just
Avenue.
got updated, and they're updating the white one too.
Yep, the blue one got updated. seems to be working on the white one, but I love this little strip of houses here it's right directly behind the school. But how adorable is that?
What's it
I mean,
called?
that
Park
could...
Avenue?
Yes, it's called Park Avenue, and no one seems to know why, but I live on Park Avenue. But I've always thought that I wish I was a rich man. I'd buy all of these, I'd renovate them all and make them beautiful, and I'd turn this into a little park.
I'm sure this is city-owned.
Yep. Let's see. People are saying some stuff. Jack says, Mrs. Bridges was the crossing guard lady for many years. Oh, and guess what? She used to live right there.
Oh,
Isn't it crazy how I know that stuff? Mrs. Bridges lived there. Her husband was Dan Bridges, and they owned a clock shop up the road. She lived up the hill in one of the houses across the street. Yes, Jack, there it is. I always imagine the people that live there, they hear the Sunday morning service all the time.
But that'd be a lovely way to wake up. If your bedroom was against the church and all of a sudden you hear the organ or the piano or the
Why
choir
not?
going,
Why not? That'd be happy. It'd be a happy Sunday. Jack says that's it. Yes, it is.
Unless it was like my church when I was growing up and everything that came off the organ was like a dirge.
It's crazy to me that you're able to mention Mrs. Bridges and I can go, oh, they live there. I literally have no connection to these people. They're just like, they're like storybook characters to me. What?
You do. We're just the next cast of characters.
We are. We're the next cast of characters on the set that they built.
That's right.
Yep. Jack says her son Tim was a very good guitar player. He left the planet about 15 years ago. I hope he took his guitar with him. I do. Ooh. Melanie Frechette is here. We just passed your house.
Did we? Oh, right.
In general, we didn't go like literally past it, but so for those of you just joining us, Douglas and I are headed downtown because we're going to our friend Al's.
We're doing something.
Hopefully they're open.
We're doing something super gay and we're buying flowers.
That's right. We're gonna buy some flowers. Okay. I love this house. 3423, right across from the school. Now, a lot of you may,
I love these two houses because they both are double lots.
They are. But I can tell you right now, that's probably gonna...
Not this one. Maybe this one.
Okay, so I forget her name, but their last name was Zappa. They moved out recently and they just took out that huge tree there. But I've mentioned this before. We're directly across the street from the elementary school. But this house was built by...
what was his name?
His name was Brown Tyler. And he was the owner of a local newspaper called the Fulton County Review, which printed over at 3421 on Dogwood. It's where the McDonald's regional offices used to be. It's right at King Arnold and it's a big gray building. King Arnold and Stewart, Dogwood. But he built this house, and I love to think about why he built all of these, that beautiful front porch. And he was a man of means, of course, but at the time, he was able to sit on that porch and look across the street, and there was nothing here. Nothing. This was a city park. Hapeville this was a city park. It was Samuel Hape's land for a very long time. And down where the football field is, he had a pond there. And he raised bass, I think it was, or trout. I can't remember what, but his pond was down there, Samuel Hape's. But then all of this was donated to the city as city land. And so, city land.
Oh,
it's a city.
He donated it.
He donated it. No, he didn't donate it. I'm saying it was donated. This land was donated to the city.
Right, you're right.
But he lived directly across from it. Anyway, I love to imagine him sitting there and being able to look across here. And so when he found out that they were going to be building a school over here, he wasn't too thrilled about it because it was going to mess up his view. What? The one with the pink on it?
I love that tree.
Good morning, Jessica. My husband is asking what type of tree is that.
Does somebody know what type of tree this is?
Let's get closer. It's beautiful. I love their lot here. I hope that it stays, but I fear someone's going to buy this and develop it. But
that is such a pretty tree.
What is that? Good morning, Kate. Melanie says Barbara lived here. Ah, Barbara lived here. See, they took the big tree out, but what is that? Doesn't that look like roses? But that's a tree, isn't it? I wish they were here. I'd ask them. Somebody said, Nita said they're camellias. They bloom in the winter.
I am going to have to plant one.
He says, I am going to have to plant one of those. Camellias. Bonita Mitchell says, beautiful. Kimmy says, camellias. These southern women, they know their flowers.
I love it. I knew someone on their way.
All right, so we're coming up to King Arnold. And, wow, coming from this angle, it really validates my dislike for these buildings. I don't often say that, but here's the interesting thing. The developers, the real estate people, I can't remember who it was, but they came to me and asked me about the history of the corner, and I told them, and I gave them a bunch of history, including that Clyde Hensley's radiator shop used to be here on the corner.
So they named it.
And so they named it the Clyde, which I think is great. This in particular,
it's just not our cup of tea.
it's not our cup of tea.
That's
not
all
our cup of tea. Looks to me like a warehouse.
We lived in a condo.
We did. We lived in a condo.
We lived in a condo for many years in Orlando.
Jack says Carmen Camellia. Yes, we did.
And we loved our condo, but I did not enjoy condo living.
No, we didn't.
Because I did not like having an HOA tell me what I can and cannot do on the outside of
Right.
the house.
Right. We're totally walking against
I know.
that.
We're such New Yorkers.
Anyway,
I'm like,
Kate-
that's a suggestion.
Kate says they're completely sold out. That's what I heard. Our friend Rob lives right there. I wonder if Fletcher's in the window, the dog that we sit.
We're going to get to see him.
Nita said, who can tear those down? Julie says, I think they're bland. I agree, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Dewey and I have a phrase, I won't say it, but we
Yeah.
always say, they never asked us.
Yeah, we say it in a more,
We say it in a more colorful, private way,
yeah.
but they never asked us.
So we're almost to downtown. Here's the back entrance. I just used it for the first time a couple of weeks ago. The back entrance to Chapman's Drugs.
I love Chapman's.
I love going there.
That is really just such a beautiful
It really is.
thing that it still exists and that it's been so many generations.
Of course, if it was mine, being a dramatic actor, I would have everybody dressed in the garb of the day, and they'd all have to talk with a snappy 40s Walter Winchell dialect. Welcome to Chapman's Drugs.
But no one ever talked like that.
No one
down
ever did.
here.
It was just in the movies.
People talk. They did that Georgian accent.
Yes.
George.
Chapman has vaccine, says Kate. Yes, we almost went there and got our vaccine.
They just
Why
didn't have.
didn't we?
They didn't have Pfizer.
Oh, that's right. They didn't have the one we wanted.
At the time, this is a month ago.
Right. So I'm going to have to put my mask on before we go into the store. I'm going to walk across so that they can see it better.
Okay.
Because as I mentioned, what we're doing is...
Do you need me to come with you?
Nah, I'll just go this way. Haberdasher. This is where J.J. Allen, back in the day, had his photographic studio, Flair Photographic. I would love to have met that guy.
I would have been the most beautiful Flair girl.
You would have been a beautiful Flair girl. Here we are. So many pictures of, in the Hapeville High School yearbook in the 40s, 50s, 60s, of students out front here.
What are we going to do if nothing's open?
I know, what if they're not open?
I just don't get flowers.
It is New Year's Eve.
I know. I should have done it yesterday. But I'm kind of like a wait till the inspiration hits me kind of person.
So we've got Thai Heaven, Buttersweet Bakery, Bliss Nail Spa, the Honey Pot Energy and Art, where we love to get
I love
our
to go in there.
incense.
But I wonder if are they open?
Nope. It looks dark. They open at noon.
What time is
It is 11:20.
it? Oh, they look dark too.
Oh no, his sign
they're
says open.
Yay.
Are you happy?
I'm so excited.
All right. Yeah, we're headed to the flower shop, Megan. We figured we'd show our friends who haven't been to Hapeville in a while. I need to put the phone down right here so I can put my mask on. And I got it. I'll balance it. All right. Kate says go to the Honey Pot. They don't open until noon. It's a really cool store. It's where I get my CBD gummies, watermelon gummies. We get our incense there. They have energy stones, pillar candles, all kinds of stuff. We're back to double masking with our N95 underneath and this on top, because we haven't gotten even a cold in 2 years. So at this point, I'm not afraid of dying. It's just like, I'm like committed to not getting sick at all. I don't know that I'll ever stop wearing these now. All right, I'm gonna flip this around and take it inside. Hopefully Al won't mind. Should I let you go ask Al first if he minds? I'll go ask him. All right. Just tell him I'm doing a live and I want to show people his shop. Woo. We're gonna ask him permission just to be gracious. They do have great candles. Kate said they have an event spot too with the most beautiful floor. The Honey Pot? I need to do this. Okay, good. He said I could come in. All right, so we are at 2000 AD, it's called. This is a lovely shop.
Tim says you can come in.
Okay, cool. 2000 AD. It's at 637. Al and Tim live in the old Leach House, the oldest house here in Hapeville. It's really big and it's over behind the Hapeville Methodist United Church. Look at this store, you guys. And what Douglas loves to do is there is it's called a flower bar. And it's cold in here. Isn't this great?
You put me in a floral freezer, I am in heaven.
I'm wondering if I'm going to get cut off in here. I got a really cool picture about a month ago of Douglas in here, about from this angle. It was so beautiful.
I look stunning.
You do look stunning. God, it smells good. You can even smell it through your mask.
I love it.
Talk about why you like flowers in your house.
They just bring you joy. Like
It's a curtain. It's a luxury.
It's such a luxury. Well, it is, and
Self-care.
it's self-care. I cut them really short and put them in little vases all around my house. One on my vanity, one on the bookshelf, one on a bunch of tables, so that I can just see them all over the house. And they make me, every time I see them, I'm just so happy. It's a little endorphin rush. Endorphin? Is that the right word? Yeah. So just a little endorphin rush every time I love coming here. I buy 6, I buy half a dozen, and I desperately wanted white ones today. White is the color of winter, the winter solstice.
And virginity.
Yes, and virginity. Oh, God. Wow. But look how gorgeous this blood red one is. Oh, so beautiful. I don't want to hit things. Oh.
My neighbor just texted and said, do you have any coffee filters?
I don't have any coffee filters.
You don't. So if you're just joining us, we are in downtown Hapeville at one of the most beautiful shops called 2000 AD. Does anybody
These are absolutely lovely.
who has memories of what this building was when you lived here? I'd like to know what this building was when you lived here. It was empty when we moved here 4 years ago, but I've heard it was a restaurant at one point.
Y'all, this is some of my favorite artwork in Hapeville. It is done by an artist called Ladybird. She takes found pieces of lace and cotton and linen, and then she tie-dyes them in these gorgeous colors. And I have a skirt by her, and we have a runner on our, but it's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? Kimmy Kennedy says, when I die, I want to be a ghost at 2000 AD. Yeah.
I agree.
And they also, a big part of their business is they do weddings. And so, oh, I think Al is back there now working. And so they have all their workshop back here where they get stuff together for weddings. Oh, we bought this last time we were here.
Oh, that is really.
Which one did we have?
Peach.
We got, nope.
Yeah, peach. Savannah, not Savannah Sweet. This one.
Oh my God, this was so good. Georgia peach bourbon barbecue. We've had that, it's delicious. Isn't it a beautiful store, you guys?
You know what? I bought us some, because you and I love it, but I bought us some, what's that cheese that comes with the nuts on it?
Oh, I call
Port
it white
wine.
trailer trash cheese.
I bought us port wine cheese.
Oh, yay.
So we need some crackers to go on it. Look at some artisanal crackers.
Oh, we used this in our show.
We sure did. Well, that's all I needed to come in here for. What time is it?
Oh, he's busy back there.
Yeah.
It's 11:30.
Oh, I really want to go into honeypot, but
Look at all of that.
oh my gosh. Okay, this
All
is
the
what I
bird
wanted.
cages. You got what you wanted?
I got what I wanted.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, you guys. We appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying this.
And a very happy new year to everybody.
Yes.
Stay safe.
Definitely want to say Happy New Year to everyone, near and far. I thank you for following us and all of your support this year. We really appreciate it. So lovely. Kimmy says, is Chloe here? I'm sure she's here. There's Tim. They have a Chihuahua named Chloe.
And she has a pearl necklace.
And she has a pearl necklace around her neck. She hasn't come to say hi. I think because her daddy's working in the
She might be
back.
in the house.
Or she could be home, yeah.
Oh God, I love this store.
These are lovely candles. Tobacco bark, ginger patchouli, bourbon vanilla. Some of these, sugared lemon, you just want to lick them. It does, it makes you want to eat them. Look at that. Certainly a surprise to walk into a place like this in Hapeville. It's a lovely surprise. Oh, I love that. A friend of mine just did a post, Jason Beaver. He did a post on Facebook last week of his son sitting on one of these on the porch of his grandmother's house. And his son was like 2. And then he had another exact picture from this year where he put his son on it. His son's like 16 sitting on it. But it was this very similar to this old porch swing. And out there you can see the Depot Museum, just Lucas Park. Christ Church was moved right over there in 2010. Wells Fargo, which I know when they opened that it was another bank. I don't remember which bank it was. I can zoom in on the art container we have over there. That shipping container is for art shows, and look at the big picture of Samuel Haight blown up on there.
Oh, with Carol and Jean. Yes.
You're welcome, Nita. It is a beautiful store. I mean, you could come in here and the detail is unbelievable. The attention to detail in this store is incredible. Oh, I love this lamp. I think he's ready to go.
We love you and we'll see you next year.
Thank you so much.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So, Douglas got his flowers.
Yes. Their packaging is just so beautiful. Also, this is not normally how you would receive flowers at 2000 AD. Normally Al would wrap them for you, but I said, skip all that. I'm just going to go home and put them in water. So
Ooh, it's lovely.
Al makes I love Al because Al and Tim make a big production over anything. So they are right in my realm, you know, like life's not worth living unless you're making a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
Well, we have half an hour to wait till Honey Pot.
Are we going to wait?
I think maybe we should walk home and then just drive up here.
Yeah, let's just walk home.
Okay. Do we want to go back the other way?
Sure, let's go this way. Julie is telling, Lisa said she remembers the hardware store. That was down there, Lisa. And actually, we have a theater in there now. The Academy Theater is in there.
We can take our masks.
Lisa's trying to figure out what this was. Now this was, oh yeah, can take off my mask. This is now Woodco Transmission Services, but this was a drugstore when it was opened. It started with an R, and I can never remember. Not Rexall, but it was a guy's name.
Mr. Rite Aid?
Yeah, Mr. Rite Aid. And then the Colonial Supermarket, I think, that was a supermarket. I'm pretty sure it was Colonial. Had a big chicken on it. And then they moved down the street. But now it's all 641. It's all Woodco Transmission. Julie says where we just were was a restaurant. That's what I heard.
Oh, I can understand that because there's water hookup in the back.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what's lovely about that space is that they have water hookup and electric in the back of the store. That's a great thing.
Good morning, Beverly. I hope you'll go back and rewatch because we just went into a beautiful store called 2000 AD that wasn't here when you were here before, and I think you'll enjoy looking at it.
Can I tell you, I love the name Beverly.
What?
I love the name Beverly.
This is Beverly Miller. Her and her husband Don used to live here back in the 80s. Yeah.
I had a dear friend in elementary school when I was growing up named Beverly.
Yeah.
And I mean, this was the 80s, so Beverly wasn't like a popular name. And then one of my favorite singers is Beverly Sills?
Beverly Sills, yeah.
Beverly Sills. She ran that for a while. I love that. It's like a Beverly.
Yeah. Bonita, the Opera House or the clamshell building that's right next to where Ace used to be. Those two buildings are attached, and now what you're calling the Opera House, that is now the lobby of the theater. So you go under that clamshell into the building, and then it's broken through to the right, and you can go into where it used to be Ace Hardware. It's a beautiful 200-seat, almost 200-seat theater.
It is beautiful.
It's beautiful. Sadly, it got finished renovating just as the pandemic started, so we only went in there twice to see something.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
But they did an excellent job renovating it, and I love the use of the local Atlanta artist. What's his name? That's in the lobby of the theater. Yo something. I can't remember.
This guy's gone now. It just happened like a couple months ago. It's just closed up now. Yeah. This is the building where I was telling you earlier when I was talking about Brown Tyler and his house. Fulton County Review, the newspaper, that was what that was built as. The Fulton County Review used to be printed there, and I wish I could find copies of it, but I cannot. You want to go down Estelle?
Yeah, I want to go down Estelle.
Yep. Hi, Don. The Metro store used to be a mechanic. That's right, Jack. The parking lot you are now in was a mechanic as well.
Isn't this where they had the trampoline park?
No, that was right there. In the 60s, there was a trampoline park there very briefly, just for a few months. There was a big Quonset hut type building here, and the Quonset Grill was in it. You used to be able to catch the Greyhound bus here. And then there was on the other side of this, there was another, or right there was the gas station. There were a lot of gas stations in this area. Douglas says he wants to go down Estelle Street, so we're going to do that. Jack remembers when that was the newspaper. That's cool. This was the Ford dealership. Is that what you're saying, Julie? So I learned recently Estelle Street, which we're going to go down, and Louise Street, those were actually, Estelle and Louise were both grandchildren of Samuel Hape. Estelle was married. She was Estelle King, hence King Street, and then it changed to Arnold Street back in the day, but now it's all King Arnold. But Estelle Street was named for Estelle King. Her father was Eugene King, His father was Eugene King Sr., who was a mayor.
Well, then it would have been Samuel Hape's great-grandchildren.
Oh, great-grandchildren, that's right. Thank you. Thank you for that correction.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I love this blue house.
Jack says the village church occupied the Ford dealership building. Thank you. Yes. We're going to see the back of it, actually.
Anybody know what this building was? I love that building.
Well, I think it was part of the dealership. They added it on. In an old picture that I've seen from 1959, this part of the building wasn't here, and they had all their stock parked back here. And in this parking, this wasn't here yet.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they had all their stock back here. Our friend Kate has Outback bikes here now. She's not... Is she there?
Doesn't look like it.
Why she got bikes sitting outside?
I don't know.
Oh. No, she's there. Oh, no, she's not. Pam says, hi, Douglas and Dewey. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Same to you. So they're really cleaning up back here a lot. She painted those buildings. She was originally in there, our friend Kate with Outback Bikes, and now she's moved over there.
It's a lot more space.
She was hoping to buy that red building that faces. It used to be Russell's Dry Cleaners.
She still might.
No, no, she's not.
Oh.
She's done.
There's issues with the...
Yeah. It's contaminated. The ground is contaminated, and so it was hard to get loans and all of that kind of stuff because it was a dry cleaners for so long. Kay says, I'm not there. I'm sitting in bed.
Oh.
She says, those are our bike deer. Oh, okay. Oh, my God. How cute is that?
Oh, those are cute.
I get it. She had a party recently. Oh, I get it.
So
Oh, look, you guys. She made a sleigh. So, there's Santa. And then there's... the bikes are his reindeer. That's clever. They're so good. They're so good about that. They do that kind of stuff in their front yard, too. They bought a house on Dogwood, formerly Stewart. I don't think I'll ever not be able to have not say that because the older folks don't know what the heck Dogwood is.
how long has it been Dogwood?
Since 1996.
Oh.
There was a murder in this house.
Oh my gosh, I love you always are able to tell me those.
In 1999, somebody killed 2 people and then set the place on fire. Merry Christmas. The Weathers. I never knew that. Now we know the Weathers live here.
Oh. Where are they?
Every time I see this house, I love it. Just the history that I uncovered about it, but I'm not going to repeat it. Julie says there was. I remember. Yep.
Ooh, that must have gone through this town like.
Can you imagine?
Oof, no.
Well, this town's had all kinds of drama like that, though.
But like when it happens, though, with how small it is.
Yep.
You know, it's not like in New York when like things like that happen. You're able to like kind of mentally distance yourself.
Yep.
There's so many people, but a town this small, this compact, this tight, it's like, oof.
Kate says she's going to repurpose those bikes into mailboxes. That's clever. Beverly said, my dad lived there in the 80s. Carol and Jean are my cousins.
Oh.
And Kate says, Marina was not supposed to be one way. Jack says, that is Handley Knight's house across the street right in front of you now. Well, that was a few steps back.
Oh, sorry, we missed that.
Yeah. This was the childhood home of...
Penny Stowe King.
Yep, Penny King Stowe.
I always say that wrong.
Yeah.
Penny King Stowe.
Anyway, what were you
Was
gonna
she
say
part
a
of
minute
the King
ago?
family?
No, she wasn't.
Oh.
No, not that she's aware of.
Ah.
They're renovating this house. Yeah. From what I understand, this was the parish for this house, for that church. And I've said this before, but I find it very interesting that in the Hapeville history book, every church in town has been was written about in there, and you get the history, but not this one, and I don't know why. Were you going to say something a minute ago?
No.
Oh.
Oh, I was going to say that if I knew bike brands better, like if I knew what bike brands were, like I know Schwinn, I could make a joke like on Schwinn, on...
Oh, on Huffy, on Schwinny.
Yeah, on Huffy,
Yeah.
on Schwinn.
I
on
don't know
blah,
any
blah,
other
blah,
names.
Blah,
That's it.
Blah, 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 blah.
Kate says, I want a church for a bike shop. That'd be cool.
I want a church for a theater.
Me too. Pam says, like your earrings, Douglas.
Thank you, Pam. I've been wearing them constantly, and I also have the necklace on. Yep. He
loves it.
I love it.
We did a big circle.
We did do a big circle.
Those flowers look beautiful.
Tim said, are you going to carry them like Miss America? Yes, but I'm not.
Kate says, a theater bike shop. Yes. Let's do it right there. So when I first moved here a couple of years ago, I was taking a walk. I took a walk a lot. Your knee hurt?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot about that. We're going to have to go home and put ice on it. Anyway.
I'll just stand like a flamingo.
Yeah, just stand like a flamingo. We've been here 4 years, but when I first got here, as is the case here in Hapeville, I'll flip it around and you see it. I don't know why. I guess there was never really any intentional city planning, but you see this all the time. I mean, just think Hapeville, where infrastructure just happens.
Yes, I actually think that's actually a thing.
Infrastructure just happens. I don't think they've ever invested in, like, since the 1890s in, like, going, hey, where should we put sidewalks and light poles? They just go, we need sidewalks. And they go, there's a light pole there. Just put the sidewalk around it. So anyway, there was another light pole up here, and then it got hit by a car. And what I love is this. I worked at Disney for 23 years. I cannot get away from them.
That's a hidden Mickey.
It is a hidden Mickey. I was walking down this street one day and I saw that and I just laughed so hard. Like Mickey was like, you can't get away from me.
I'm everywhere.
I'm everywhere. Yeah.
I love that blue.
I do too. So Douglas has a knee injury from being 41. That's it. He's very surprised and can't figure out why his knee hurts. I'm like, 'cause you're 41. And he's like, but I didn't do anything. I'm like, yes, you did. You sat cross-legged in the yard for a long time. That'll do it.
No.
So yeah, I love coming down here and imagining folks like Mrs. Bridges at the corner, making sure kids crossed safely. I think that's so cute that they put the Christmas stuff up, but I can't imagine actually closing my windows in.
I wonder if you can see out.
Maybe you can see out on the other side.
Yeah, I have a thing about windows. During the day, I have to be able to see out the window.
Yeah.
I'm always so surprised with how many people keep their windows closed.
Yeah.
During the day. I mean, to each their own, but I mean,
gosh,
as soon as I wake up.
Yeah, sorry.
As soon as I wake up, I have to throw open the windows.
Absolutely.
Are we gonna go up this hill?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a hill no matter where you go. This one's just steeper. Go slow. This is a cute little house, but the way it's positioned, there's literally no backyard. It's right up against, there's no backyard, but
the house gets beautiful sunlight, I'm sure.
Yes.
Day, which is another big thing for me.
Yeah, lots of sunlight.
Yeah, natural sun.
This house, we've been here, ever since we've been here, has had that Christmas ornament hanging on its front porch ever since we moved here. Yep. It's never moved, and I've never seen a human being there either.
I have seen a few people there, but
yeah.
But that little light has always hung.
You got to hear what Julie just said. It's hilarious. She can read my mind. She says, Dewey, I think that next year you should play the Grinch. I just think that with your personality, you would be so great at it.
Dewey was supposed to play the Grinch.
Yes.
Not here. So
here's my story about that. 3 times I got hired in the 90s. I got hired once by Disney and twice by Universal Studios.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. Dewey was literally the best Jim Carrey impersonator I've ever seen. Go.
I've shared pictures online before, but yeah, in the 90s I did pretty well when Jim Carrey was popular and had all those character movies out. I did pretty well making a living as a Jim Carrey celebrity impersonator. Most notably, Disney hired me and I played Ace Ventura, and then did tons of events independently as Ace Ventura. Then Universal Studios had auditions for the Riddler character from Batman, and I got that role. It's a long story, but then I lost it. I got the role. Another guy wanted the role. He kind of went to HR and got poopy about it. They gave him the role.
And I mean, Dewey used to have the Riddler costume. He made it while he lived in Japan.
I posted that.
He was incredible.
Yeah, so anyway, then many years later, Jim Carrey did The Grinch. And Jack says the downhills are what kill the knees. That's right. And I love that character. So I got hired to play the Grinch at Universal Studios. But then what happened there was I lost the role again because 10 years before I had been working at Universal Studios. I opened that studio in 1990. I opened that studio, and when you work at a place like that, a corporation, they keep track of like your record, like if you're late or whatever, and they give you points.
They give you all these points, and they're constantly adding up, and you have to be aware of them. And blah, blah, blah.
So I was a tour guide at the time, and I was late for a tour by 2 minutes, and they fired me. 10 years later, and so what happens is if you get fired because of points, because of attendance, it stays on your record for a year, and they won't hire you back for a year. Well, I went back 10 years later, and now I'm not a tour guide, I was an actor. And I auditioned, I got the role, and then I go to rehearsal, and they're like, oh yeah, there's a snafu, you're gonna have to go to HR. I go to HR, and they're like, you have a no rehire status. I'm like, what? Yeah, you were late for a tour. I was like 10 years ago. And so,
hello.
Hi. And so they were making me jump through all of these hoops and saying, do this paperwork and go see this person. And while they were doing that, while I was trying to get this role as the Grinch, keep the role as the Grinch, Disney called me and they hired me for a permanent job as an actor over there. And so I just went, bye. So I never got to do the Grinch. And so it's so funny. The other day I was talking to Douglas in the car and I said, oh, what Hapeville needs is the Grinch.
That'd be so great.
I would love to do it. So I just may do it next year. I just may do it. Just so I can.
Like we'll set up like a whole thing in the back of Arches.
Yeah.
With like the whole like.
Oh my God.
The whole set
up on that stage. Okay, we're gonna start planning it now.
Yeah, we'll start.
I'm going to be the Grinch.
He's so good at it.
Thank you. Well, it's just a Sean Connery impersonation.
I know, but you're really good.
Merry Christmas.
You're really good at all the physicality that Jim Carrey brought to.
Yeah,
that
Jack,
role.
my permanent record. Yeah, Julie
as
says you can
does
do it.
all the corporations do it.
Yep.
Demerits, basically.
Uh-huh.
So.
You know what? I think I may. I've always wanted to do it. I'm just gonna freaking do it. I've done Ace Ventura. I've done the Riddler. I would love to do the Grinch.
We gotta get the
and you have a sewing machine.
Yeah, but we gotta get the real like face stuff.
Why?
Yeah. I wonder if it's unavoidable.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, I guess it is. I mean, because it's not unavoidable. It's just it would cost. They don't have the manpower or the budget in this city to, like, if they're going to put new sidewalks down, to go move a pole, because can you imagine? That means they'd probably have to shut off people's electricity and everything.
So we don't know how it works.
I don't know how it works. So I'm just going to do like everybody else does and just bitch about it when I see it and go, hey,
why is this like
why is this like this? I don't like it. Oh, like this. That's a parking spot. But there you go.
Oh well.
Oh well. It's just because this town is so old, and what happens, I was guessing, I was like, I wonder why that person parks in the middle of the road. Because that is so steep, and they probably don't want to get up and out of that.
Yeah, it surprises me how many people in this town actually can't use their driveways because of how steep their driveways are.
That's right.
And, going through the process of, like, breaking up the asphalt or the cement and then replaning or whatever the word is for, like, to, like, level out the driveway. It's a lot of work. It's monetarily not worth it.
Well, I can't believe that actually Facebook didn't cut us off this whole time. Even when I went into the flower bar. That's what it's called, the flower bar.
Is that what they call it?
Yes.
Oh,
there's a huge neon sign on the wall that says the flower bar.
Oh, that's so funny. I don't call it that.
I told him that twice since we've been. Anyway, we're back on our street, Walnut Street. And we are gonna now. Oh, I'm hot. I gotta take this off.
Now.
Whew. We're gonna go inside and we're gonna relax and read. And he's gonna put his flowers in a vase.
I'm gonna make a cheesecake.
Oh, he's gonna make a cheesecake for tomorrow.
I'm gonna get the black-eyed peas soaking overnight.
That's right.
Because I am Southern. I grew up in the South with a Southern family from Rome, Georgia. So, tomorrow's all about the black-eyed peas and the collard greens. and grits and pork chops.
And I'm just
You're
gonna
gonna
lay
eat
around
it.
and I'm gonna eat it. All right, well, we thank you all for following us. If you were just joining us towards the end, there's lots of good stuff at the beginning, so please watch the replay. It'll be available soon. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. Can only go up from here. And by that, I don't mean COVID cases. I mean positive situations, spirits and energy and vibes.
Yep.
All right, create yourself a great day.
Bye.
Bye.